Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Gemini might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for June 11 through 18, 2020. Keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless, so whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. If you feel like it doesn't completely resonate with you, also keep in mind that this is a generalized reading for the entire sun sign of Gemini. But if you know your other planetary placements, then you can listen to those signs as well for additional messages. Just a reminder, just keep the parts that resonate with you, disregard the rest, and feel free to swap the roles around, because sometimes that's the case. Okay, now let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and ask Spirit for any love messages for Gemini for July 11 through the 18th. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Gemini? July 11 through 18. And one more time. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Gemini for July 11 through the 18th? All right, now I'm going to divide these into 3 stacks. Alright, the card on the bottom of the deck, you'll see same time as I do. This is the Two of Cups. I don't read reversals. That's more of a modern thing that's only been done like the last couple of decades. I tend to read more traditionally when the way that it was originally. Alright, now this card is your overall energy for this reading, and the Two of Cups is about those balanced relationships, those reconciliations, reunifications, finding someone who is your equal, that reciprocity that's always welcome and beautiful in a relationship. So that's a really good thing to be finding at the beginning of your reading. So for those of you who are new, I do 4 rows, and the first row relates to you. What you may have been dealing with, things you're going through currently, and situations and opportunities, people that are coming towards you. The second row is the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, soulmate, karmic partner. This could be your divine counterpart. It might be an ex. Maybe it's somebody you just met, but generally it's the person that you think about the most, the one that's on your mind when you wake up in the morning, and the last person you're thinking about when you go to sleep at night. Alright, that third column is obstacles and challenges, fears, anxieties, that sort of thing. And in the last column, you have the outcome. Alright, now I've just laid out 2 cards in each of the 4 rows, and I'm going to do this 2 more times. 2 more rows of 4, or 8 actually, grand total of 24 cards. So by the time we get to the end of the reading, we'll have a pretty good idea about what's going on. Alright, I just messed the little stacks up. Alright, now for you we have the Two of Wands as well as the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is like some of the quickest and fastest energy that we have in the tarot. And it's just like where you're really fierce and determined that you have your mind made up and you are going to make it happen. And as far as the Two of Wands goes, excuse me, I'm about to sneeze, guys. I've been having the worst time with allergies, and you can see I'm allergic to tomatoes, but I love them. I had some barbecue the other day. I'm all broke out. My voice is hoarse, and my sinuses are draining, and I'm sneezing. And they're doing grass, though. Okay, let's get on with this. All right, so this Two of Wands is about, you know, waiting, waiting and looking and hoping towards the future, imagining what it is that you want out of life, imagining where it is you want to go, where you want to be this time 6 months, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It's about making those plans and those goals and then going for it and making it happen. Now in your partner's column, we have the Queen of Cups as well as the Page of Swords. And that Page of Swords has a little air about it where, you know, it's about communication, but it's also, you know, about confrontations, and it can be about people who are keeping an eye on you and watching you. I don't really want to say stalkerish behavior, but this is somebody who maybe wants to know what's going on with you, what you are dealing with. You could have possibly been dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and these people are more emotional and more sensitive, and you know, we are in Cancer season. We're right smack in the middle of it, and this, you know, a lot of birthdays coming up for Cancerian people. You possibly might be dealing with someone that is Cancer, simply because it is Cancer season and this Queen of Cups is coming up, and she defines Cancer more so than even more so than the other signs, in my opinion. Okay, but yeah, so this person, you know, this may be somebody that you're already involved with, previously involved with. It doesn't feel like somebody new. It feels like somebody that you've previously dealt with. Maybe you haven't had much to do with them lately, but they're still wanting to know what you're doing. They're still trying to keep up with you. They're still trying to find out what's going on with you. Okay, so yeah, we have the Queen of Wands as well as the Six of Wands, and this is your obstacles, challenges, fears, anxieties, this type of thing. And you may have the attitude like where, you know, you're just not, especially if you have a lot of fire in your chart, you know, this is a situation where you're just not taking a lot of crap from anybody, and you know that this is a long time coming, and if you feel as if you stick to this, as if you are more aggressive, as if you are more you know, just out there, that you know, things will turn out better for you. And you know, it can sometimes, it's not. That Queen of Wands energy is very, very strong, and she is very powerful, sexual prowess, has you know, this warrior-esque like qualities to her. Can be overpowering and scare people off sometimes. So absolutely, you know, it looks as if you are like really determined that you would like this happily ever after situation coming up, and or that at least it's on your mind. And this is the thing that you've decided that you want, and it's like you are fighting for your family. You're fighting for the life that you want for yourself, your children, if you have children. If you don't have children, then your future children, you just want a more solid and happy, stable life. You know, Gemini, I'm an air sign, but I'm a Libra. I know a lot of Geminis. I mean, a lot. But the thing is with Geminis, you guys are like very fun-loving, and because of your dual personality, you can switch back and forth from being very focused to very, you know, eclectic and bohemian, and yeah, I really love Geminis. You kind of have the best of both worlds where it goes, so you know when to stop playing and when to get serious, basically. All right, now, in your next set of cards, we have the Eight of Cups as well as the Six of Swords. So a lot of moving away. In your partner's column, we have the Hanged Man as well as the Emperor. In your obstacles and challenges, we have the Three of Swords and the High Priestess. And in your outcome, you have the Two of Swords and the Nine of Wands. I had to look twice real quick. Okay, yeah. So yeah, both of these cards, you know, we're talking about fighting for what you want. I'm not necessarily talking about, you know, bluffing somebody about walking away. You're serious. You're serious. You're tired of things that are going on the way they are. You're tired of your partner not taking you seriously. You do want better in life, and you have absolutely no problem leaving if you haven't already left. Staying gone, doing something different, finding somebody else. You have this emperor, and you have this emperor that is like coming into your life, okay? And it's like really soon, because these are your middle cards here. Almost currently or presently, but you're kind of stuck because you're still like, you know, as long as you're not completely free of the relationship that you've left, even if you're not living with them anymore, or even if they're only living there part-time, or you're not divorced yet, or, you know, if you've never been married to them, just you're still kind of caught up with them. It's going to prevent you from moving on to your more, I'm sorry about the glare. It's going to keep you from moving on to this more stable relationship with this emperor right here. And your obstacles and challenges, you know, you've had like an ongoing issue with your partner over the last few readings and stuff about infidelity or suspected infidelity, and these are things that are really on your mind. And this is what has helped you come to the conclusion of, you know, do you really want to stay here anymore? Do you want to keep going on? There's no more growth. You may be playing house, but there's no marriage. There's no commitment. There's none of this going on. And, you know, as long as there's no commitment, there's not anything really solid there. These are things that are really, really on your mind, and you're ready for that. You're ready to go ahead and make that next step in your relationship. And this comes to a period of time where, you know, you're just a little bit tired of always having to be defensive, or feeling like, you know, your partner's doing something, or like you have to check their phone, or you want to check their Google history for their location to see where they've been or something. You know, that Page of Swords could have been you. That's kind of what it's feeling like, is maybe you're like trying to keep an eye on them, like you're protecting your interest. But at the same time, it's a terrible way to live, and you don't like it. Sorry about that. Every time. Every time. So anyway, so as far as the Two of Swords goes, this is you going ahead and deciding, you know, let's just look at the facts here. You know, just come to terms with it. It may even get to the point where you're so used to your partner coming and going that it really doesn't faze you anymore, because, you know, they're there. They're there all the time. You know, it's kind of, I don't like the situation. You may be used to it, but you know what they say about boiling a frog. You know, you can put a frog in a pot of water that's boiling, and it's going to jump out immediately. But if you put a frog in a pot of water that's cold, and you gradually, you know, it's on the stove and it gradually heats up, it'll stay in there until finally it's too late and you can't get out. So you don't want to find yourself in that situation. You don't want to get so used to the situation that you don't even realize what's happening until it's too late, okay? Now, in the last set of cards, we have the Fool as well as the Two of Pentacles. Your partner has the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Okay. Your obstacles and challenges are the Hermit as well as the Page of Coins, and your outcome is the Ace of Coins. And wow, I'm pulling extra cards here because I don't like them, and the Tower. Okay, and then we have the extra cards I'm pulling are the Chariot after that. All right, let's go. All right, so yeah, you want this new beginning. You feel like, you know, you're going to have to give off the impression that you just don't really care. This is you not caring right here. This is you, or you just had enough. It doesn't matter how much they may fuss or ask you to stay anymore, or if they're around or they're not. You're ready for that new beginning. At the beginning of our read, we were talking about this too. Okay, we were talking about this Two of Wands and thinking about your future and what it is you want and how you are looking for this balanced relationship where you receive as much as you're giving, because it feels like you're putting an awful lot into this relationship, and you really just want to go ahead and take that chance and wiggle free of that hanged man status and go ahead and make that new beginning, whether it is with or without your partner that you've been used to. You can get really used to somebody just being around and mistake that for something else. Now, this is you right here. This is how your partner's thinking of you. They look at you. You're somebody who's really got it together. You know, your own place, your own car, your own money, your own jobs, whatever. They look at you as somebody who's really stable, and they see you as someone who is building their future. And, you know, they do look at you as a potential partner, as a potential spouse, as someone that they could build that future together with, okay? Now, sometimes it can be too little too late. Earlier I was talking about, you know, you have to be serious, not just, you know, bluffing them, but it's whatever it is, like when you put them out or you move away or you do whatever, it really gets their attention for some reason. And this is when they're going to speak up to you and offer you that stability and that. This is when those lines of communication are going to start opening. These are your blockages here, okay? And, you know, you spend a lot of time thinking about this, and your partner has been thinking about this as well. And it's just time. It's just time. If you've been with this person, and, you know, I don't know who this reading is for, but it feels like at least a few years you guys have been together. It's time to stop playing. It's time to get a little more stable and focused on what's going to be going on with the future. So this is absolutely wonderful. This tower is about, you know, it was never built right. It's falling apart. It gives you that opportunity to rebuild completely over and start completely over. And, you know, the universe is smiling at this. They're offering this new opportunity. Walk through this gate to your new beginning. And that's when you have, we have the Chariot card. Okay. So yeah, you're moving forward, but there's going to be times, there's going to be setbacks, there's going to be lags, there's going to be things like this. So this person, you know, is really going to, they're going to come to their senses or something. And yeah, that's an awfully good thing for you. It's awfully good for them as well, because then they're with you. Okay. All right, Gemini, so that is your reading for the week of July 11th through the 18th, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, shares, subscribes, and to those who have very generously donated to my channel, thank you so very much. And I moved the desk over here. I have this wall behind me. The air conditioner was behind me over there, so I'm hoping that the sound and the volume is a little better without the air blowing in and you know, interfering with the sound or whatever. Okay guys, I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.